In this video I'm gonna help you to translate Divi and to make it multilingual. You're gonna be able to use unlimited languages, and we're going to update your Divi website so that it can contain all these languages in a beautiful drop down in the menu. We're gonna translate sections, we're gonna translate modules, we're gonna translate rows, we're even gonna translate individual URLs that you created in your website that need to be translated to go to a different target. If you follow this video step by step, your Divi website will be fully translated the right and stable way in just approximately 30 minutes. Now, to translate your Divi website, we will be using WPML. It is the WordPress industry standard for translating website. It is fully compatible with Divi if you follow these steps, because there are a few critical steps that we need to do to translate everything and every module into WPML. You can do this because I'm gonna help you out. And I am the WordPress doctor. I've been building websites since 2001 and since 2004 with WordPress. I have my own national hosting company and my web development agency, and I translate my client websites, I think, every single month. So you're in good hands, and now let's go and make your Divi website multilingual. If you already have WPML installed on your WordPress website, you can skip this step. If you follow this link, you will not pay any more, but you will help me out because I will receive a small fee if you register with WPML. Go to wpressdoctor.com/WPML. Press enter. And here we are at the WPML website. Press buy and download. And what you're looking for with Divi is that we have page builder support. So we need a multilingual CMS version or a multilingual agency. Well, if you're not an agency, then you should probably use the multilingual CMS version. And with this version also comes that you can install it on 3 websites for 1 year, and after that year you have to renew your license or just wait until things break and then you can update again. Alright, we press buy now, fill in your details and place the order. Once you have paid, you can log into your WPML account. You will come right here and you click on this download button right here. And we're gonna download the WPML CMS. Click on the download button and it starts downloading automatically. Now we will be needing some other packages, but we'll be downloading it straight from within WordPress. After we've downloaded all the files, we go to your list of sites and we press here add new site. Fill in the URL of your website and press the button add. Copy this key because we will need it later. Log into your WordPress website. We will use the website of my client Translste to make it multilingual. If you're still using the login wp-admin, that's not a very safe way to log in, so please watch my tutorial about WordPress security, the circle of 5. You go to plugins, add new, upload plugin and select the file we just downloaded. Press install now and press activate plugin. So the first thing you notice is that we are using an unregistered version of WPML. So we click this register button and we click on this button register WPML. And this is the place where we paste the site key that we have just copied earlier on and press OK. You notice is that to easily translate Divi you need to add the following WPML components. Alright, well let's install them right now. Press install. And here we are, so we're gonna click on string translation and translation management. We're gonna scroll down and press activate after download and press download. Now it's installing and downloading both extensions for WPML, and we're gonna need it for Divi. If you have anything else you want to add, like Gravity Forms or Contact Form 7 of Ninja Forms, you can just select them and install them also. And when it has been activated, you will see operation complete. Press this button, configure WPML. First, we need to select our current content language. Choose your language of your website. This is an English website, so we press Next. Select the languages that you want to translate your website to. I want to translate to Dutch and German. Press Next. Then we need the language switcher options. The order of language, you can change it right here. I would go with English first, then Dutch, then German. How to handle language without translation is skip language. This will mean when there is no translation available for this page, you don't see any flags on the top corner of your website. We should leave this on because this is a great feature. Here we're gonna add our main language switcher. We press this button and we choose our main menu for the website. I want to have the flags on the last menu item because it is not logical to place it on the first menu item because people will only use it one time to change it to their language. Do you want a drop down or a list of language? I would go for a drop down because a list will make it very long, as you can see right here in the preview. Let's make it a drop down. I prefer not to all the names in it, just so I only want to see the flags and I don't want to see the native language name. You can change your colors right here, but we're gonna do that in Divi, so choose clear all colors and press save. And as you can see now, it is saved in the main menu. We have a little flag icon right here next to the menu items. That's awesome. All right. We don't need a widget. If you want a footer language switcher, you can turn this on right here. I would not do that because it is not logical to have it in your footer, but it is logical to have it in your main menu. So we're going to leave it off for this website. I would suggest you leave it off because when someone wants to change the language, they're going to do it in the main menu. So press next. I don't want to send any information to other people. We press next. And we already entered the site key, so we can finish this. So before translating, we still need to change a couple of settings. So go to WPML languages. We still need to activate the WPML translation management. So press activate. So what do we need to change right here? These are all good. We want to have the language not added as a parameter, but we want to leave the language as in a directory. And use directory for default language, you can leave it off because we're gonna use greenstayapartments.com for English, greenstayapartments.com/nl for Dutch, and /de for German. We press save. And it says you may need to resave the site permalinks. So we go to the permalinks. And we press Save Changes. Make sure that your permalink settings are on post name. Alright, we go back to WPML, Languages, and scroll down the page. So these options are all okay. What you can do with this, we already talked about this, we talked about this, we talked about this. Hide languages, you can completely hide your content when you are reviewing translations are in progress. Well, you could enable this. But we already set it up that when the translation is not completed, it will not appear in the website. So you can leave this off. This is all right. With the browser language redirect, you can automatically redirect visitors according to their language. So if your browser language is Dutch, they will see the Dutch version. And if their browser version is English, they will see the English version. There is only one problem with this one. When I choose this version, then we know that the Googlebot is also English. So that's why our browser language redirect may affect your site indexing. But apart from that, there's another problem. What if someone in the Netherlands, a Dutch guy, has a English Windows version or a English browser? They will see the English version of the website instead of the Dutch version. They will not know there is a Dutch version unless they will go in the menu and change their language manual. That's why I suggest that we disable browser language redirect. These SEO settings are very important. You should leave this because the href links are very important technical data that's being added to your pages so Google knows exactly where the different languages are. You should not change it under any circumstance. If you love WPML, just press these matches and they will put a commercial down in your footer. I don't like it, so we don't select this. So we don't need the language filtering for Ajax operations, and we don't want translation feedback. What is this? Well, if you enable this, visitors of your website will see a box on the right side, on the left side of the screen, which will show a module which says, did you like this translation or can we improve it? And this way you can ask for feedback about the translated content. This is very helpful if it is not your native language, you don't have professional translators, and you just want feedback from your community. We will turn it off for this website. Reset settings, this will change everything back to default. We're not gonna use that one right now. Alright, the next option is a theme and plugin localization. In this page, you can change your plugin strings to another language. This is helpful if you, for example, have a WooCommerce website and the translated language is not the way it should, and you've downloaded a custom translation. You can add it here and change it for the plugins. We don't need it right now though, so let's go to the next option, translation management. Before we can use it, we need to complete this quick setup. So the question is, who will translate this site? If you are just alone, you can add only yourself. If you use with other people on your website, you should check this one. If you want all the users, you can add them all right here, or you want to have it done by a translation service, a professional agency that will do it for you. We will choose for this website only myself, and I press continue. Well, what do we want to use? When we are translating, you will see that we'll be using both translation editors because some things are not translatable in the advanced translation editor. But for now, we choose the advanced translation editor. We can always switch back, as I will show you later on this tutorial. And press continue. So this is the summary of what we just did. We press done. Now you see all the pages of our website right here. Let's go to translations. No jobs are found, and that's perfectly fine. Let's go to media translations. Here we can change all the images to a different language. You can actually upload another image for another language. That's very helpful if you have, for example, a logo with an English subtitle in it. We can change this subtitle for the Germans, for example, because some Germans don't speak English very well, unless the Dutch is a way smaller country, so most of Dutch people speak English very well. Let's go to WP menu sync, and we will be changing this later on. Let's go to string translations. Here are some strings you can find in your website. We don't need it right now, so let's go to taxonomy translations. Here you can translate categories, tags, project categories, tags, and translation priorities. So if you have categories on for your post, for example, you can change them here to different languages. A very nice tool. Let's go to the next option, packages. Here are special packages. We don't have any packages installed right now, so we can go to the settings. Here we can change other options of your website. The standard options are fine, so you can just leave them right now. Let's go to the last option, which is support. And the last option, support, is just some information about your website and everything that's going on right here. Alright, let's start translating pages. We go to all pages. And we're gonna translate the home page. So we are going to find the home page. Here it is. And we press this little translation button to add a translation to Dutch. Press this button. And now we're going to the advanced WPML translation editor. We don't want to be translated and want to see this offer again, so we press not right now. Alright, here we see all the text of our website in English, and this is the target Dutch. So you can just easily press this one. This is the title used by RankMath, as you can see, because it has the site name in it. Beautiful service apartments in the Netherlands. Let's translate this one. And when you have added your translation, you press this green button, save and complete. Alright, it will skip to the next line. This is the meta descriptions used in our Dutch version. This is the English version and it will be the Dutch. I'm gonna add it. And we press the green button. You have to make sure that when they're using a dot at the end of the sentence, you should also do that in your translation. So upon translating your Divi website, you will notice that sometimes you will have like these things that you don't know where they are at your homepage. Apartment rent, housekeeping, I didn't have that sentence in my homepage. This is a admin label for a row or a section or a module. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you will see like these things, and apartment 1, 2, 3, 4. You will see all these things that are your Divi Builder admin labels. So if you are not sure what this is, you can just press the green button and you can always change it later upon reviewing your own translation. On the bottom side of this page you will see how many sentences are already translated and how many we still need to do. So back to work. You'll also notice sometimes that you'll see titles from media files. This is, for example, a title for media file. If you don't want to change it to another language, you just press this green button, or else just translate it. If you're translating, you see these little green buttons. This way you can join these texts together to translate them in one go. These three texts, it is an example review. So if I'm going to translate it, I don't want to translate it sentence by sentence. No, I'm going to type a translation in just one. So we press this button, we press the join button again, and we press this join button again. So now we have this entire text that we can translate in one go for the review section. By using the join button, you can create a paragraph instead of single sentences. It's a very nice tool. If you see in your translation like sentences like this with percentage signs and numbers, then you know that this sentence is used by a plugin to generate some text. If you're going to translate it exactly the same with the percentage signs on their places and just add your text in between like the original language. If you've added all translation, you add the last sentence and you press the save button. Now we are 100% complete and we press finish. We press complete and we get a message success, the translation is completed, and we go back to our pages. And now you see that our home page has a pencil to it, which we can always go back and edit the Dutch translation. Let's check if our translation has come through on the front side of the website. And upon loading our website, we see a beautiful flag in the right corner. Let's press it right now and see what happens. Oh, there is our beautiful translation. As you can see, everything has been translated the right way that we just have inserted. Awesome. Two things you will notice right here. First of all, the menu has been changed and is not working because we didn't translate all the pages, and the footer has not been translated yet. We'll be doing that in a second. I'm just gonna add also a German translation to the home page. And I go back to all pages and I scroll down to the front page and I'm gonna add this button, add translation to German. Press this button. We go again to the advanced translation editor. And from here we will see the same page, but now we can translate it to German. And after we completed the translation, we press finish again. And we press complete. And we see on the front page a beautiful German flag. Let's press this flag, see what happens. Oh ja, schön, genießen Sie unsere Surfaced Apartments. Well, that looks very great, all in German. Excellent. Alright. Also you see the main menu hasn't been translated yet, and also the footer is still in English. Alright, let's get back to our pages. I'm gonna show you now how to fix this. So to fix the main menu, you go to Appearance, Menus. And what you see right here is we had menu items. We have English, Dutch and German. As you can see, we don't have any Dutch and German main menus right now. So let's add them. Press on the translation to your language and translate your name in the Dutch version and press Create Menu. Now I only have translated the home page yet, so I press Add to Menu and I press Save Menu. And I can also do this for German. I'm gonna give it a German name, Hauptmenü, Create Menu, and I'm gonna add the home also. I press Save Menu and let's see what happens on the front end of the website. And when I look at the front side of the German website now, I see that translation flags are also added and I have a home button right here. Well, of course we have the home button also here, so we're gonna change it and we're gonna remove it after we've added all the translated pages right here. So let's switch to the Dutch version and it works very smoothly. Let's go to the English version and now we have the entire website. So what happens now when I go to a page that isn't translated yet? Let's go to Surfaced Apartments. What you will see, the flag items will just be removed right here because this page isn't translated yet by WPML. So now I'm going to show you how to translate the footer. I have built my footer in the Divi Theme Builder, as you should also do, because it's such a powerful feature. We go to Global Footer right here. And we're gonna add this entire section to our Divi library. Footer. Make this a global item and press Save to Library. Now we can save this layout. And now we go back to the Divi library right here. And in the Divi library you see the footer we have just added and also with the translation button. So let's press the Dutch translation. And here is the footer, just as you noticed, the same way as we translate the pages. So let's translate this footer also in Dutch. And after translation is complete, we press Finish. We press Complete. And let's also translate it to German right now. And when all said and done, we press Finish and Complete. As you can see, the footer has been translated right here. Let's check on the front end. And on the front end we also see in the footer that everything has been translated the right way in German. And also in Dutch it's looking beautiful. We're gonna change this ugly drop down menu to make it a bit smaller. It's very easy if you know how. So follow these steps. We go to WPML, we go to Languages. And we scroll down to additional CSS, and here you paste in just the code that you've copied from the description of this video, and we press Save. We then reload our page, and as you can see the drop down menu has become the way it should be, nice and small. So there is another thing I want to show you, because this little button, as you can see down here, this link will go to Room Raccoon. It is a booking engine my client wanted. So, but as you can see in the URL there is a NL, that is the Dutch language. Even if I go to the German version of the website we just created, when you look at the button it also goes to the /NL. I want this to go to the international version of the booking engine. So how should we do that? There is a simple way and I will show you. To do this we need to go to WPML and we go to Settings. And then you go to Custom XML Configuration. Follow the link in the description of this video and you will go to GitHub. And on GitHub there is a XML configuration file especially created for Divi. It is a huge file with 484 lines of code. So what you do, you just select this entire code. You can do that easily by clicking on Raw, press Ctrl A, select all and press Copy. And we copy the entire code found on GitHub. And once we have saved the XML configuration file, we go back to the content setup. And what we do, we press Translate Link Targets. We press Scan Now and Adjust Links. Alright, now it is completed. We go back to Pages. So on the home page I'm just gonna edit the slide URL to be the English version. So we have NL, let's make this EN from English. And we save this page. And we go back to our pages. And here we'll see that the homepage Dutch translation and the German translation need to be updated because I changed the links. Alright, let's update the Dutch translation. Now what you'll see right here that the URL is not added to the advanced translation editor. As you can see there's no way to change this. However, I got some couple of tricks in my sleeve. So we're going back to the settings of WPML. You go to WPML, we go to Settings, and we're gonna use the WPML Classic Translation Editor. Press Save, and now we go back to our pages. And now when I edit my homepage, you will see that this is the Classic Editor just straight into WordPress, but there is something different here. Here is our URL. You see? To the Booking Room Raccoon. Well, let's change it to Dutch version, NL. And we press Save and Close. Now I head over to the Dutch version of our website and I will see that the URL has been changed to /NL. Alright, that's the way we can change it. Now that it worked the translation, we go back to WPML, we go to Settings, and we're gonna change it back to the Advanced Translation Editor. press this button and press switch to using the advanced translation editor and press save again. If you see that your internal pages are not linking to the translated pages that are on your own website, your internal links, you can press this button and it will scan now and adjust links on your website. This little tool will translate and replace all links that are pointing to your translated pages on your website. Really handy tool, and when you change your links, this is something you definitely should use. Now on the website, I'm also using the theme builder to create my header in the different languages. As you can see, this logo is the home button for all languages, but as you can see, it still goes to the English version, even though I'm on the Dutch version. How we can fix that? It's pretty easy. We're gonna do it the same as our footer. We go to Divi Theme Builder, we edit the global header, and we're gonna add the section to the library and make it a global item and press save to library. Save this layout. We're gonna close this one. We go to the Divi library right here, and now we see our header. We're gonna add our header to the Dutch language. And as we just learned, we can only change this in the classic translator yet. So what you can see is that the logo URL is right here. And as you can see in the Dutch translation, it's going to slash, but I want to go to /nl/. Alright, we press save and close. And I will see if it works on the front end on the Dutch website. As you can see now, the URL is going to /nl. And if I repeat those steps for the German version, and I will see that the menu is also updated on the German version. And that's the way you can change all these things.
Well done! Goed gedaan! Goed gedaan! C'est très bien! Well done! You just translated your Divi website in different languages. Now you know how to translate all your pages and to really build a multilingual website. Isn't that awesome? If this video helped you out, hit that like button, and if you want to know more about WordPress, then you can just hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified when I upload new interesting videos. Now, one important thing of translating your website in different languages is that you also need to have your SEO in order. So follow this video and I will show you exactly how you can do your SEO. Alright, have an awesome day.